Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As you guys can see by the title, today's video is going to be a tank clean of my 10-gallon tropical tank, as well as I want to give you guys a snail update on my 2 snails that are currently in that tank. About a week ago, I did end up moving my ram's horn snail into the tank with my mystery snail, and so far they are doing wonderful. They're both thriving, and my mystery snail has actually grown a lot since I got her, and I've only had her about a little over a week. A lot of you guys asked me what I named her. I've been calling her Squirt. I don't know if that's gonna stick. I don't know where that came from. I just kept calling her Squirt. I have not named the ram's horn snail, so if you guys want to name the ram's horn, why don't you guys just give me some suggestions down in the comments below and we can go from there. So far they're doing really well. I do have some baby snails, and also I have 3 baby ram's horns currently residing in the 10-gallon as well. So we're gonna be very careful, obviously, not to harm them when we clean the tank today. It is gonna be somewhat of a light clean, but I am preparing this tank for possibly being a quarantine tank for fish very soon. If you guys enjoyed this tank clean video, feel free to subscribe down below and also hit the notification bell. So I am really hoping to be able to get some fish pretty soon. So that is why we are gonna be doing a big clean on the 10-gallon today. We're actually gonna be taking out a lot of the decor and things because obviously it's gonna be a quarantine tank. We want it to be as basic as possible. So that's what we're gonna be doing today, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. All right guys, so here is my 10-gallon tank that you guys have seen several times on my channel. So today's video is probably gonna be pretty quick. So to be completely honest with you guys, this video was supposed to be a total like water change, scrub, and everything, as well as removing some of the decor that's in this tank as well, getting this tank completely ready to be a quarantine tank for fish. However, I hurt my back a few days ago, so I'm gonna be completely honest. I did a water change in here of about 25% a few days ago, so I'm not gonna do another water change since I just did one a couple days ago and my back is killing me. So I'm gonna wait and do another partial water change right before I put the fish in here, and that's gonna be the last time that I do a water change before the fish because my levels are all really low in here. I've tested them 2 times this week and they're fine, so I know that there's nothing wrong with the water. So we're not gonna do that today. However, we do still have to remove a little bit of the decor in here, as well as I'm gonna give the walls a good scrub, being very careful not to hurt any of my snails. I do have a few baby bladder snails in here, as well as 3 teeny tiny baby ram's horns. And then of course, I am gonna be removing the log out of here, as well as my dinosaur head. And the reason for that is because this is gonna be a quarantine tank, and I know that most people do bare bottom quarantine tanks. However, the fish that I'm going to be putting in here is going to be bottom feeders, and so it's actually really helpful if I do have the gravel in here. I know that runs a risk of if the fish were sick with like ick or anything like that, then I would have to treat this tank. And basically I would have to throw away all of the plants, all of the gravel and everything. However, that's a risk I'm willing to take since I have no intention of ever putting any of this in my big tank. So I'm not really worried about that. If they did have anything, I would just treat them in this tank with all the gravel and it's fine. But for me, it's really important that the fish that I put in here are comfortable and they're not stressed. So I do want this tank to be low-key set up, not really extravagant like my big tank obviously, but I am gonna leave the plants. If I had to throw them away, it's fine. But I am taking out the wood and also the dinosaur head because I don't want any contamination on those, but the plants and the gravel are staying. I also have to get one of those PVC pipe fittings to go in here so that the fish can have a hiding spot. Those are really good in quarantine tanks I've seen, so I am gonna get one of those, but I don't have that today unfortunately. So, but we are basically gonna be getting the wood out, the dinosaur head out. I may leave in the moss ball since if it were to get contaminated, I really don't care. I don't really care about these plants in here. That's why I've left them in here and they're not in the big tank. And then of course I do have my 2 snails in here, which I will be moving to the big tank whenever I put the quarantine fish in here. And then that is pretty much it. So yeah, we're gonna go on and just do a little bitty prep for this tank to get it ready for the fish, and that is it. Also, never mind my little plush I have sitting up here. I have Jack Skellington sitting behind my tank. He's so cute. So I just have him standing there. Sorry, that probably looks really weird, but it's fine. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is remove the wood out of there. I have a bucket, I'm gonna put it in here. Making sure there's no snails on it, obviously. There's a little ram's horn snail. There's quite a few baby ram's horns in here, which is really surprising. I don't know where they keep coming from, but I don't mind it. All right, I don't see any more snails on here at all, so I think we're good with that one. Look how huge my mystery snail has gotten. So big. Literally twice as big, maybe even 3 times bigger than the day that I got her. So right here at this little line, that's how big this snail was when I got it. Remember, that little dark part was the majority of the shell. From this little line right here on is new growth. So 3 times the size of when I got her. I love her so much. All right, now that the big stuff is out, I am leaving the rocks, like I said, because I do have a lot of little bitty snails in here, which I'm hoping that there's nothing wrong with the fish and I don't have to treat this tank with anything. But if it did, I would go in and pick out all of the snails and put them in the other snail tank. It's fine. I'm gonna leave the snails in here for now. Now we're just gonna go in and scrub off the little bit of algae. I have a little bit of algae on the bottom of the front glass, so I'm gonna scrub it just a little bit, nothing too crazy. Very carefully. Very, very, very careful. Excuse me, little snail. Excuse me, little snail. Cleaning around snails is no joke. Like, when there's tons of little ones, it's actually really, really difficult. But I do try really hard not to hurt them or anything. There's just so many teeny tiny microscopic ones. And yes, I know this scrubber is like literally probably trash. I am taking 0 chances of bladder snails getting in my big tank, and I don't have any snails whatsoever in my big tank, so we are not taking any chances. I will use the trashy scrubber. I really don't care, it's fine. Now I'm gonna drop in a couple pieces of this cuttlefish for the snails. They're gonna float for a while, but they eventually sink, it's fine. The last thing we're gonna do is feed the snails. Now this is the craziest thing, but these Tetra Pleco wafers are the snails' absolute favorite. Whether it's my mystery snail, my ram's horn, or all of the bladder snails in my bladder snail tank, they love the Pleco wafers by Tetra. They will not touch the Wardley ones. I have fed these 3 times and I have, hi baby, these aren't for you. What are you doing? Oh, these aren't for you. We got another one. What are you doing? So silly. You guys wanted to see my cats. Well, here they are. Mommy's trying to film. You in the way, You in the way. Hello. Hello. These aren't for you. These are for the fishes. These are for the, oh my goodness. They're all here. They all, well, it's not for you, baby. That's not for you. That's not for you, baby. Babies. Back to what I was saying. So for some reason, they absolutely love these Tetra wafers, but they hate the Wardley ones. And I feel like the Wardley ones are probably like better quality, but I can't get my snails to eat them. They absolutely hate them. My cats are surrounding me. I'm never gonna get through this video. Maybe we should just feed the snails. These aren't for you, I'm so sorry. My little beggars. All right, so we're just gonna take one of these Pleco wafers and drop it in there. I usually do one every 3 to 4 days, and that's about all that I feed my snails that are in here. So I'm gonna put this in there, and then I'm gonna film them eating for you guys, because I think you guys would really like to see that. I think she smells it. She usually comes running when I drop one of those wafers in there. Like the minute it starts to get wet and break down, she comes running. She loves them. No, meow meow, don't eat the bag. My cats are so rotten. Here she comes. She said, I smell it. It's gonna be so good. My ram's horn doesn't usually care. Like, he'll find the Pleco wafer after it's broke down a lot more. He's not usually in a hurry to get it, but she is. She loves it. gets pretty excited. I can't believe how big she's gotten. It's crazy. No, meow meow. My kitties are so rotten. She's coming for it. She's like, I smell it. I don't see it. Wow, I just love snails so much. Is anyone else as fascinated by them as I am? Look how beautiful. It's amazing. Who wants to sit here and watch this all day? I do. So here we are a few hours later, and my ram's horns finally come down to start eating. My mystery was over here eating it earlier, and then he came over and she kind of wandered off. So she's just wandering around now, but my ram's horn is having at it. My mystery snail is literally trying to move the moss ball. I don't know what he's doing. But my little ram's horn is loving the pellet. They love the wafer once it starts breaking down. That's when they get really excited and they come and they devour it. I wish there was a better angle. Look at her like moving that moss ball. So funny, look. She's like, I will get underneath it. That's so funny. It's also funny that my ram's horn was actually a lot bigger than her when I first got her. She was so little, and now she's twice as big as he is. I think he might be done growing. I don't know. He hasn't grown anymore since I put him in here. He's pretty big, but she's like doubled size compared to him. Look at her moving that moss ball. My goodness. She's so funny. But anyway, that's them a few hours after I put the wafer in there, for anyone that was wondering. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching me clean my 10-gallon tropical tank. But yeah, hopefully we will be able to get some fish pretty soon. I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys next time. Be kind. Bye.